And you know, Anderson, for the first couple of weeks that I saw Tony since COVID, he called me sweetheart. But I wasn't sure he knew who I was. For example, if I were to say, Tony, would you like to sing Love for Sale? He'll say, yeah. Love for Sale, or It Don't Mean a Thing if it ain't got that swing. He might not have as easy of a response. Do you want to sing Anything Goes?
Yeah.
All right, great. Anything goes, everyone. When that music comes on, it's something happens to him. He knows exactly what he's doing. And what's important for me, actually, just to make sure that I don't get in the way.
We're going to watch Lady Gaga's set.
Right.
And then you're going to sing. Okay?
How many songs am I singing?
I'll tell you what you're going to sing.
Well, once he saw the audience, and and he raises his hands, I knew we were all right. Because he became himself. He just turned on. It was like a light switch.
Incredible singer, and also incredibly involved with what was still going on. I mean, he was working with Lady Gaga, right? I mean, also, I know he's a great painter. Just an interesting, incredibly interesting man. Yeah, I only know him basically handshake. I've met him a couple of times, and but at the same time, no, a warm heart.
Tony enjoyed success as a performing singer, as a recording artist, later as an acclaimed painter. Tony Bennett was on the record charts in the 1950s, in the 2020s, and in every decade in between. A remarkable man with a remarkable talent.
I left my heart.
Tony Bennett's smooth voice stole the hearts of millions, generation after generation. His first hit came in 1951 with Because of You.
Because of you.
That single stayed at #1 on the Billboard charts for 10 weeks. Bennett became an overnight sensation, quickly releasing more #1 records, including Cold Cold Heart and Rags to Riches.
I know I'd go from rags to riches.
He drew from his life, working as a singing waiter in an Italian restaurant at the age of 16.
I remember getting my job. I was getting about $15 a week, taking requests and waiting on the tables. And I said, I'd love to become famous someday, but if I don't, I'm going to do this the rest of my life.
Lucky for us, he did. About a decade after his debut, he recorded what would become his signature song.
I left my heart.
That track stayed on the Billboard charts for more than 8 months. And earned Bennett his first of 19 Grammy Awards, including a Lifetime Achievement Award. By the early 1970s, his songs failed to connect with the younger audiences, but his comeback was just around the corner, thanks to his son.
He came to me one day and he said, Dad, he said, there's a lot of young people that are starting to like your music. And, so I said, well, what do you want to do? He said, well, let me put you on The Simpsons and SCTV and David Letterman. So I said, all right, let's go for it.
Bennett started popping up everywhere, including MTV in 1994.
It must have been moon glow.
At the age of 80, while most people are enjoying retirement, Bennett was hard at work on his album Duets and Viva Duets, which featured dozens of collaborations with stars like Barbra Streisand and Elton John to the late Amy Winehouse.
All
Billboard 200 chart.
That's why the lady is a tramp.
He broke that same record in 2014 at the age of 88 with his Grammy-winning collaboration album with Lady Gaga, Cheek to Cheek.
When we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. I just love to sing and I love to entertain people and all this happened, which is unbelievable. The music.
Maybe it's fitting Tony Bennett's final concert performance with a public audience, August of 2021, with Lady Gaga. We have a little bit of footage from that look.
Appetizing young love for sale.
Love for sale, Tony.
Fly me to the moon.
That's hope. Hey, California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady is a tramp.
Come on, play for Tony.
Bennett passed away in his hometown of New York City. His publicist, Sylvia Weiner, confirmed to the Associated Press on Friday morning. No specific cause given. In February of 2021, it was revealed that Tony had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease 5 years earlier. But he soldiered on in the recording studio on tour. He never performed the same song in exactly the same way. Obviously, people are waking up to this news, and we're hearing from people online. This from Nile Rodgers. My most heartfelt condolences go out to Tony Bennett's family and friends. They're also my emotional family and friends. Fran Drescher has been in the news. 'Tis with great sadness we say farewell to the late, great Tony Bennett. He exemplified a person who was as good as gold, sweet like sugar, and a deeply feeling, empathetic human being. I wish we had more of the stuff you were made of, Tony. And we mentioned his son, Danny. In the 70s, Tony Bennett had some problems with the IRS. He had some personal problems, and he turned to his son and said, what do I do? His son arranged for him to start recording with other artists, and then later an MTV Unplugged special, which unlocked this whole new generation of fandom. And then again with Lady Gaga, who, if you've seen the Lady Gaga jazz show, in Las Vegas, pays tribute to Tony, and there's considerable video of them together. And what a nice man, and a talented man. Yeah.
Tony Bennett, a famous crooner and 19 times award-winning Grammy singer that is best known for his song I Left My Heart in San Francisco, sadly passed away at the age of 96. Tony Bennett is said to have passed away due to ulcers, and he will be forever remembered for his contribution towards the music industry and lifting up upcoming artists. It is forever remembered that Tony Bennett was a huge inspiration to Lady Gaga, who once said that she was going to quit music, and Tony Bennett came in and encouraged her to carry on. Their first album was released on the September 19th of 2014, titled Cheek to Cheek. Our thoughts goes out to Tony Bennett's family and loved ones, and may his soul rest in eternity. You are watching Taj News Media, and please consider subscribing and turning on the bell so that you don't miss out on any videos that we upload. Send your condolence messages in the comment section, and remember to keep them respectful. May Tony Bennett's soul rest in eternity. I love you. Bye bye.